Welcome back to the channel, US Rare Coins News, Top 1. Everyone who loves discovering hidden value, American history, and the fascinating stories behind everyday coins. Today we're focusing on a coin that almost everyone has seen, many people have spent, and very few have truly looked at closely. It's a coin from your pocket change that represents the beginning of a historic program and a proud American state. Today's spotlight is on the United States of America $quarter from 1999 featuring the Connecticut design. This is not just another quarter. It marks the start of a new era in U.S. coinage and carries a value story that might surprise you if you've never taken the time to examine one carefully. Stay with us until the very end, because the auction price we reveal there may completely change how you view modern coins. The year 1999 was a milestone in American numismatic history. This was the launch year of the famous 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful and widely collected coin programs ever created by the United States Mint. For the first time, each state would be honored with its own unique design on the reverse of the quarter, released in the order the states joined the Union. This program sparked massive public interest, bringing millions of people into coin collecting for the very first time. Connecticut was chosen as the fifth state to be featured in the program, and its quarter was released in 1999. That alone gives this coin special significance. It represents the early days of a historic series, when excitement was at its peak and collectors were eagerly checking their change for new designs. The Connecticut quarter quickly became a favorite due to its elegant and meaningful imagery. On the front of the coin, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington. This classic design, originally created by John Flanagan, has been a symbol of American currency for generations. Washington's image represents leadership, independence, and the foundation of the nation. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround the portrait, while the date 1999 marks the beginning of the state quarter era. Turning the coin over reveals the beautiful and symbolic Connecticut design. At the center is the famous charter oak, a massive white oak tree that holds deep historical importance. According to legend, the Connecticut Royal Charter of 1662 was hidden inside this tree to protect it from being seized by the English governor. The charter oak became a powerful symbol of freedom, self-governance, and resistance to tyranny, values that lie at the heart of American identity. The image of the charter oak on the quarter is detailed and graceful, with sprawling branches that convey strength, endurance, and longevity. Beneath the tree is the state name Connecticut, and below that the year 1788, the year Connecticut ratified the Constitution and became the fifth state. The inscription E pluribus unum appears above the tree, reinforcing the idea of unity among the states. At first glance, many people assume the 1999 Connecticut quarter is extremely common and therefore not valuable. After all, millions were minted, and they still appear regularly in circulation. But as with all coins, there is much more beneath the surface. Value is not just about age or how many were made. It's about condition, rarity within grades, minting quality, and collector demand. Most Connecticut quarters were heavily circulated. They passed through countless hands, vending machines, parking meters, and cash registers. As a result, the majority of surviving examples show wear, scratches, and contact marks. Coins that have avoided circulation and remain in pristine condition are far more difficult to find than people realize. Collectors pay close attention to details when evaluating these quarters. They examine Washington's hair and facial features for sharpness, look for clean fields with minimal marks, and study the lettering for clarity. On the reverse, they inspect the branches of the charter oak, checking for strong definition and full detail. A well-struck coin with crisp features immediately stands out. Another major factor that increases value is minting errors and varieties. During the massive production of state quarters, mistakes occasionally occurred. Some 1999 Connecticut quarters show off-center strikes, double details, die cracks, or unusual planchet errors. These coins are especially exciting for collectors because they are unique or extremely limited in number. There are also differences between coins struck at different mints, and collectors often seek examples with exceptional strike quality or unusual characteristics. Coins that appear nearly flawless, with strong luster and no signs of wear, are the ones that attract serious attention in the collector market. What makes the 1999 Connecticut quarter particularly interesting is its place in modern American history. It represents a time when coin collecting became mainstream again. Families searched rolls together, children filled albums, and people across the country developed a new appreciation for everyday coins. This quarter is not just currency, it's a symbol of a cultural moment. Over time, demand for top-grade state quarters has steadily increased. While circulated examples remain common, the supply of high-quality, uncirculated, and error coins is limited. As collectors compete for the best examples, prices for elite pieces have climbed far beyond what most people expect from a modern quarter. Now we reach the moment you've been waiting for. While most 1999 Connecticut quarters are worth face value, the story changes dramatically at the highest levels of quality and rarity. Coins that are perfectly preserved, professionally graded, and free from defects are in a category of their OWN.AT major auctions. An exceptional 1999 Connecticut quarter, featuring outstanding condition or rare minting errors, has sold for over $10,000. Yes, a single quarter from 1999, once used to buy snacks or pay parking meters, has reached an auction price that shocks even experienced collectors. This proves that rarity, condition, and historical significance can turn even modern coins into extraordinary treasures. Top 2. Today's video is about a coin that many people have already spent without realizing its deeper meaning or potential worth. It's modern, it's beautifully designed, and it represents an important chapter in American industrial history. We're taking a deep dive into the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 2019 featuring the Lowell design. This coin may look like ordinary pocket change, but its story, symbolism, and collector interest make it far more fascinating than most people ever imagine. Stay with me until the very end, because the auction price we reveal there may completely change how you look at recent U.S. quarters. The year 2019 marked another major milestone in American coinage with the introduction of the America the Beautiful Quarters program coming to a close and special designs continuing to celebrate national sites of historical importance. The Lowell Quarter honors Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, a place that represents the birth of the American Industrial Revolution. This makes the 2019 Lowell Quarter more than just currency. It is a tribute to innovation, labor, and the transformation of the United States into an industrial power. Lowell National Historical Park tells the story of America's first large-scale planned industrial city. In the early 19th century, Lowell became famous for its textile mills, complex canal systems, and the workers who powered the machines that changed the nation forever. The Lowell Quarter captures this legacy in a design that feels both modern and deeply historical at the same time. On the front of the coin, you'll see the familiar portrait of George Washington, redesigned for modern quarters but still rooted in the original vision of strength, leadership, and national identity. Washington's image reminds us of the country's founding ideals, while the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the portrait. The date 2019 marks the year this coin entered circulation, joining millions of others in everyday commerce across the country. Turning the coin over reveals the powerful Lowell design. At the center is a mill worker operating a loom, symbolizing the labor and ingenuity that fueled America's industrial rise. Behind the worker are the massive brick mill buildings and the canal system that powered the machinery. The image captures motion, effort, and determination, reflecting the lives of thousands of workers who shaped the nation's economic future. This design stands out from many other quarters because it focuses on people and labor rather than landscapes or monuments. It tells a human story. The words Lowell and Massachusetts appear clearly, along with E pluribus unum and the designation of Lowell National Historical Park. Every element of the design works together to tell a story of progress, sacrifice, and innovation. At first glance, many people assume a 2019 quarter can't possibly be valuable. It's modern, widely circulated, and still easy to find. But in coin collecting, age alone does not determine worth. Condition, rarity within grades, minting quality, and errors all play a major role. Most Lowell quarters were used immediately in circulation, exposed to scratches, contact marks, and wear from vending machines and cash registers. Coins that avoided circulation and remained in pristine condition are much scarcer than people realize. Collectors carefully examine Washington's portrait for sharp details, clean fields, and strong luster. On the reverse, they look closely at the worker, the loom, and the mill buildings, checking for crisp lines and full design clarity. A perfectly struck coin stands out instantly. Another major source of excitement is minting errors. During large-scale modern production, mistakes still happen. Some 2019 Lowell quarters show off-center strikes, doubled lettering, die cracks, missing design elements, or unusual planchet errors. These coins are extremely popular with collectors because they are unique and often impossible to replicate. There are also differences between mint locations, and collectors often seek examples with exceptional strike quality or unusual characteristics. Coins that appear flawless under magnification are the ones that draw serious attention when they appear on the market. What truly makes the 2019 Lowell quarter special is its cultural and educational significance. It highlights the working people who built America's industrial strength, a theme rarely seen on U.S. coinage. For many collectors, this quarter represents respect for labor, innovation, and the everyday individuals who shaped history. As interest in modern coin collecting continues to grow, quarters like the 2019 Lowell have gained increased attention. While most examples remain face value, the supply of top-grade, error-free, and professionally graded coins is limited. As more collectors compete for the best pieces, prices for exceptional examples continue to rise. Now we arrive at the moment that surprises almost everyone. While the average 2019 Lowell quarter is still worth 25 cents, the highest quality examples tell a very different story. Coins that are perfectly preserved, professionally graded at the top levels, or displaying rare minting errors have achieved remarkable results. At major auctions, an exceptional 2019 Lowell quarter with outstanding condition or rare error characteristics has sold for over $15,000. Yes, a modern quarter from 2019, something many people still carry in their pockets today, has reached an auction price that most would never believe. This proves that rarity, condition, and historical significance can turn even modern coins into extraordinary collectibles. Top 3. Today's video is all about a quarter that many people have spent without a second glance, yet it represents adventure, independence, and the bold spirit of the American West. We're diving deep into the United States of America Washington State quarter dollar from 2006 featuring Nevada. This coin may seem ordinary at first, but its design, symbolism, and collector appeal tell a story that stretches far beyond its face value. Make sure you stay with us until the very end, because the auction price revealed there may completely change how you think about modern quarters. The year 2006 marked an exciting continuation of the wildly popular 50-state quarters program, a series that captured the attention of millions of Americans and revived nationwide interest in coin collecting. Nevada was honored as the 36th state to be featured, reflecting its admission to the Union in 1864 during the height of the Civil War. Known as the Silver State, Nevada has long been associated with mining, exploration, resilience, and wide-open landscapes, all of which come together beautifully on this quarter. The Nevada State Quarter was released during a time when people across the country were still actively checking their pocket change, filling albums, and searching for the newest state designs. This cultural moment is a big part of what makes state quarters so special. They aren't just coins, they are reminders of a time when everyday change became exciting again. On the front of the 2006 Nevada quarter, you'll see the familiar portrait of George Washington. This timeless image symbolizes leadership, independence, and the foundation of the United States. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surround Washington's portrait, while the date 2006 marks the year this coin entered circulation. While the obverse design remained consistent throughout the state quarter program, it provides a strong and dignified contrast to the unique artwork on the reverse. Turning the coin over reveals one of the most visually striking designs in the entire series. The reverse of the Nevada quarter features a powerful image of a wild Mustang standing proudly in front of the snow-capped Sierra Nevada mountains. This image captures the rugged beauty and untamed spirit of the state. The Mustang represents freedom, strength, and independence, qualities deeply associated with Nevada's identity and history. Above the scene appears the state nickname, the Silver State, a tribute to Nevada's rich mining heritage and the silver discoveries that played a major role in its development. Below the image is the inscription Nevada, along with the year 1864, marking the state's entry into the Union. The words E pluribus unum are also present, reinforcing the idea of unity among the states despite their unique identities. At first glance, many people assume the 2006 Nevada quarter is extremely common and therefore not worth much. After all, millions were minted and many remain in circulation today. But coin collecting isn't just about how many coins were produced. It's about condition, quality, rarity within grades, and collector demand. Most Nevada quarters were heavily used, passing through vending machines, parking meters, wallets, and cash registers, which means many surviving examples show scratches, dull surfaces, and where collectors pay very close attention to detail when evaluating these quarters. They examine Washington's portrait for sharpness and clean fields, and they closely inspect the reverse design. The Mustang's muscles, mane, and stance, as well as the fine details of the mountain peaks, are key areas where wear and weak strikes become obvious. Coins with crisp details and strong luster stand far above average circulated examples. Another major factor that can dramatically increase value is minting errors. During the massive production of state quarters, mistakes still occurred. Some 2006 Nevada quarters show off-center strikes, doubled lettering, die cracks, missing clad layers, or other striking anomalies. These errors are highly desirable because they are unusual, limited, and visually distinctive. Collectors also seek out coins that were carefully preserved from the moment they were minted. Uncirculated examples with no signs of wear, minimal contact marks, and original mint luster are far scarcer than most people realize. Coins like these are often found only in mint sets or collections that were intentionally saved. What makes the Nevada quarter especially appealing is its strong visual storytelling. The image of the Mustang against the mountains perfectly captures the spirit of the American West. For many collectors, this design evokes ideas of freedom, exploration, and natural beauty, making it one of the most popular state quarters ever released. As time passes, interest in the 50 state quarters program continues to grow. While many people collected casually, far fewer preserved coins in perfect condition. As a result, competition for top-quality examples has increased steadily. Coins that combine pristine condition, strong eye appeal, and unusual features are now commanding serious attention from collectors. Now we arrive at the moment that surprises nearly everyone. While most 2006 Nevada quarters are worth only face value in circulated condition, the story changes dramatically at the highest levels of quality and rarity. Coins that are flawlessly preserved, professionally graded at the top levels, or featuring rare and dramatic minting errors are in a completely different category. At major auctions, an exceptional 2006 Nevada state quarter, particularly one with rare mint errors or outstanding condition, has sold for over $12,000. Yes, a single quarter celebrating Nevada, once used for everyday purchases, has reached an auction price that most people would never expect from modern pocket change. This is the power of rarity, condition, and collector demand coming together in one small coin. Top 4. Today we're exploring a quarter that reflects vast open landscapes, quiet strength, and the spirit of the American frontier. It's a coin that many people have held in their hands without realizing what it represents or what it could be worth under the right conditions. Our focus today is the United States of America Washington State Quarter Dollar from 2007 featuring Montana. This quarter is more than just pocket change. It's a tribute to nature, resilience, and identity, and by the end of this video, you may never look at a Montana quarter the same way again. The year 2007 was an important moment in the legendary 50 state quarters program. By this point, the program was well underway and had already captured the imagination of millions of Americans. Coin collecting had become a shared national experience, with people checking their change, filling albums, and learning about states through coin designs. Montana was honored as the 41st state to be featured, celebrating its admission to the Union in 1889 and its proud nickname, Big Sky Country. Montana's history is deeply connected to exploration, agriculture, mining, and natural beauty. Known for its wide-open plains, towering mountains, and endless sky, the state has long symbolized freedom and independence. The Montana quarter captures this identity in a design that feels peaceful, bold, and timeless, perfectly reflecting the character of the state. On the front of the coin, the familiar portrait of George Washington appears, a design that has represented American currency for generations. Washington's image stands for leadership, perseverance, and the founding ideals of the nation. The inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust surround the portrait, while the date 2007 marks the year this quarter entered circulation. This consistent obverse design ties Montana's story into the larger American narrative. When you turn the coin over, the Montana design immediately stands out for its simplicity and elegance. The reverse features a powerful image of a plains bison skull set against the outline of the state, with rolling plains and distant mountains beneath a vast open sky. This imagery symbolizes Montana's frontier heritage, its connection to Native American history, and the rugged independence of life on the plains. The bison skull is a particularly striking symbol. It represents strength, survival, and respect for the land. For centuries, the bison played a central role in the lives of indigenous peoples and later became a symbol of the American West itself. The wide horizon and open sky reinforce Montana's nickname, Big Sky Country, which appears proudly on the coin along with the state name Montana and the year 1889. At first glance, many people assume the 2007 Montana quarter is extremely common and therefore not valuable. Millions were minted, and examples are still easy to find in circulation. But coin collecting isn't just about how many coins were produced. It's about how many survived in exceptional condition. Most Montana quarters were heavily used, passing through wallets, vending machines, parking meters, and cash registers, picking up scratches, nicks, and where along the way, collectors closely examine details when evaluating these coins. On the front, they look for sharp details in Washington's hair and facial features, clean fields, and strong original luster. On the reverse, they study the fine lines of the bison skull, the clarity of the state outline, and the smoothness of the open fields. Coins with crisp details and minimal marks stand far above average circulated examples. Another exciting factor is the presence of minting errors. Even in modern coin production, mistakes still happen. Some 2007 Montana quarters show off-center strikes, doubled lettering, die cracks, missing clad layers, or unusual surface defects. These errors are highly sought after because they are uncommon and visually distinctive, often making them far more valuable than standard issues. Collectors also place a premium on coins that were carefully preserved from the moment they were minted. Uncirculated examples with original mint luster and no signs of wear are much scarcer than most people expect. Many of the best examples come from mint sets or rolls that were saved by collectors who recognized their potential early on. What makes the Montana quarter especially appealing is its emotional and visual impact. The design feels calm, open, and powerful all at once. It reflects the quiet beauty of the American West and stands out from more crowded or complex designs in the state quarter series. For many collectors, Montana's quarter is one of the most aesthetically pleasing coins in the entire program. As years pass, interest in the 50-state quarters program continues to grow. While casual collectors focused on completing albums, far fewer people preserve coins in top condition. As a result, high-grade examples have become increasingly competitive in the collector market. Coins that combine pristine condition, strong eye appeal, and unusual features now command serious attention. Now we reach the moment that surprises almost everyone. While most 2007 Montana quarters are still worth only face value when circulated, the finest examples tell a very different story. Coins that are perfectly preserved, professionally graded at the highest levels, or featuring rare and dramatic minting errors have reached astonishing results. At major auctions, an exceptional 2007 Montana state quarter, particularly one with outstanding condition or rare mint errors, has sold for over $13,000. Yes, a single quarter honoring Montana's wide-open skies and frontier spirit has achieved an auction price that most people would never expect from modern pocket change. This is proof that rarity, condition, and collector passion can turn even everyday coins into remarkable treasures. Top 5. Today, we're taking a detailed look at a coin that has quietly traveled through pockets, wallets, and cash registers for more than 2 decades, yet holds a story worth exploring. We're talking about the United States of America Washington State Quarter Dollar from 2001 featuring Rhode Island. This coin may seem ordinary to the untrained eye, but its design, symbolism, and collector interest make it far more captivating than you might expect. Stay with me until the very end, because the auction price we reveal there will certainly surprise you. The year 2001 was an exciting time in the United States, both culturally and numismatically. The 50-state quarters program was still in its early stages, having begun just a year prior in 1999. This innovative program captured the imagination of millions of Americans and reinvigorated interest in coin collecting across the nation. Rhode Island was the second state to be honored in the series, following Delaware, and it became a highly sought-after addition for collectors eager to complete their state quarter collections. Rhode Island holds a special place in American history. Known as the Ocean State, it was one of the original 13 colonies and played a critical role in the founding of the nation. Its history of maritime trade, religious freedom, and industrial innovation is elegantly reflected in the design of the 2001 Rhode Island quarter. This coin doesn't just serve as money, it tells a story about identity, pride, and the unique character of this small but historically significant state. On the front of the coin, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington. This design has been a staple of U.S. coinage for generations and continues to symbolize leadership, perseverance, and the founding principles of the nation. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" flank Washington's dignified profile, and the date 2001 marks the year the coin was struck. The obverse design may be consistent across quarters, but it provides a stable canvas for the unique reverse artwork that makes each state quarter special. Turning the coin over, we are greeted by a design that is both elegant and meaningful. The Rhode Island quarter features a vintage image of a Rhode Islander sailing a traditional 18th-century sloop, symbolizing the state's long-standing maritime heritage. In the background, the ocean waves ripple gently, representing both commerce and exploration, while the Rhode Island state name appears prominently along with the year it ratified the Constitution, 1790. Above the design, the motto "E pluribus unum" reinforces the unity of the states despite their individual identities. At first glance, many people assume the 2001 Rhode Island quarter is extremely common and holds little value. Millions were minted, and circulated examples are easily found in pocket change. However, coin collecting is about much more than just how many coins were produced. It's about rarity in high grades, condition, striking quality, and unique features that make certain examples stand out from the rest. Most Rhode Island quarters saw heavy circulation, which means that finding one in pristine condition is far rarer than many casual collectors realize. Collectors pay special attention to both the obverse and reverse details. They examine Washington's hair and facial features for sharpness, clarity, and well-defined relief. On the reverse, the lines of the sloop, the waves, and the sails are inspected carefully. Any loss of detail due to circulation can dramatically impact value, so coins with full design clarity and minimal contact marks are especially prized. Another aspect that can significantly increase value is the presence of minting errors. Even modern coins occasionally bear mistakes. Some 2001 Rhode Island quarters feature off-center strikes, doubled lettering, die cracks, or planchet anomalies. These errors are highly sought after because they are rare, visually interesting, and impossible to reproduce intentionally. Coins like these can stand out dramatically in any collection and attract serious attention at auctions. Uncirculated examples, particularly those that have been preserved from the moment they were minted, are incredibly scarce. Coins with original mint luster, no wear, and minimal blemishes are highly desirable among collectors. Many of the best examples come directly from mint sets or rolls that were carefully saved, and they are often the ones that command the highest prices in the collector market. What makes the Rhode Island quarter so appealing, beyond its historical and cultural significance, is the elegance and clarity of its design. The sailing sloop captures the essence of the ocean state, evoking ideas of exploration, maritime commerce, and the resilience of the people who lived along its shores. For collectors, this quarter is more than currency, it is a miniature tribute to American heritage and craftsmanship. Over time, the demand for high-grade state quarters has continued to grow. While circulated coins remain commonplace, the supply of pristine, error-free, or professionally graded examples is limited. This growing interest has driven prices higher for the best specimens, and it has made coins like the 2001 Rhode Island quarter a sought-after item for both novice and experienced collectors alike. Now comes the part that will truly surprise most people. While most Rhode Island quarters from 2001 are worth just face value when circulated, the story changes dramatically when we look at the finest examples. Coins that are perfectly preserved, professionally graded, or feature unique minting errors can achieve remarkable results in the auction world. At major auctions, an exceptional 2001 Rhode Island quarter, particularly one in top condition or with rare error characteristics, has sold for over $11,000. Yes. A single quarter celebrating Rhode Island's maritime heritage and historical significance has reached an auction price that most people would never expect for modern pocket change. This is a perfect example of how rarity, condition, and historical importance can transform even the most common-looking coin into a truly extraordinary collectible. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2001 Rhode Island State Quarter, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fascinating coin story. Always remember, the next incredible find could be quietly hiding in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.